Greetings everyone, a warm welcome, namaste. Thank you for joining me for this reading. This is Taurus, August 2018 Psychic Tarot reading with me. We are using these three different decks of cards. I will explain how they work as we run through the reading. Before we start, I had some channeled information for you. They're a mantra actually that you can use for the month. Your mantra, Taurians, is "My heart is open." That's rather beautiful. And you also received a message from Archangel Raziel, and that was dreams. So utilize any of those mantras or positive words or the energy of the angels for the month of August as we flow through. We will be starting this reading with the Waite deck. We will be using 4 cards from this deck. They can refer to any particular part of life or energies around, but they often seem to be talking about career or financial opportunities as well. So let's see for Taurians what's going on in August 2018. The Page of Cups, the King of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. Well, I thought that might be about to happen. That's kind of interesting. We've got all the court, we've got all your cards are court cards. It can make for an interesting reading. Sometimes I find that I don't enjoy the readings as much with the court cards in. So 2 pages and 2 kings. Pages at either end and a couple of those kings in the middle. I might just shuffle a little bit more and throw one more card in just to see what else information we might be able to put alongside of it. Some people say the court cards are a lot more difficult to interpret, and in fact I probably agree with that, but I often just find they don't give me personally quite as many messages as some of the other cards. So one more card for Taurians from this Waite deck. The 2 of Swords, so I will stick that up there. The next cards we will be using are these chakra balancing cards, and these are sort of for the area of health, and health can of course cover off emotional, physical and spiritual as well. So just a little bit more shuffling for you here. Emotions, well, maybe that's sort of, and look how many look how many people there are on that card as well. Like that face has so many different perspectives of it, and it's definitely dealing with people. They feel to me as though there are just so many people in this reading. It's like the table is hardly got room for them all. And even her, she's a close-up person as well. So let's see what the fairy cards say. This happens to be about relationships. So even though we're already looked to be dealing with relationships at the top part of the reading and the middle, we could be dealing with relationships down here and more people. So let's see what the messages are for Taurus here. Get some exercise. Your desire is within reach, and patience, please. I think we required patience at the beginning of the reading, that was for sure. Okay, we can kind of fit most of all of that in. I might sort of come a little bit closer depending on how we go during the reading. So we come back to that top line up there with all of those court cards in there. The Page of Cups, the King of Swords, the King of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and that other one that I added in, which is the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords is just about as ambiguous in as much that it can't make a decision quite often, and I couldn't make a decision at the beginning with the cards. So it still leaves me sitting a little bit up in the air, this one over here. Although I do see that there is a moon up here And there's often reference to me about the ecliptical energy of that, and of course we are in the period of 3 eclipses that started on July the 13th and take us through to August, and they're notably quite significant eclipses. So possibly for you guys, these people up in the Rider-Waite tarot deck spectrum up there, and I'll move the cards up a little bit for you, the camera, so you can see. Possibly these people are going to be playing a role one way or another in your life. They might already be family members, such as partners and younger children or siblings, or, you know, teenage to mid-20s type for the pages even. They could be in your life already. They could be people that you are spending time with, or that they are on your mind, or there are issues with them that you are dealing with one way or another. They could, the 2 kings may be people that you associate with in terms of work as well, so they could be employers or employees. They could also, the King of Swords in particular, could possibly be an advisor or a mentor, or someone like a tax agent or a lawyer or accountant. He, again, for any of you, the kings could be potential new partners coming in. And the Page of Cups could also be the offer of something coming to you in terms of something that pleases your heart or gives you a lift or makes you feel positive. The Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups are often both known as an energy that is an offer coming to you about romance or friendships or companionship, something along those lines. So there is even a possibility here that there is inference of that for you guys. And again, that's all talking about relationships again, which we kind of were going to deal with in the bottom part of the reading. And in fact, while I'm here, I noticed the glow that's being cast across the King of Swords in particular from the salt lamp at the back. So I'm just going to turn the salt lamp off to allow you to view the card a little bit more. But the fact that that glow is really strong across the camera lens, yet on the table it's not, might indicate that there is something really quite profound about this King of Swords in the action he is playing in the month that comes for you. The other thing that the King of Swords can do is that he could be, he uses intellect and communication. So this might be a month where you zap up your communication skills and you use your thinking processes to achieve something, or to format something, or to structure something and get it set and running. And it could be something that you're passionate about, that's close to your heart. So it might be either a hobby type thing, or a really close passion of yours that you want to see come to fruition or be pushed forward more as this project. It could be something like a big journey you're planning, or it could be the purchase of a house or an investment portfolio, or meeting up with long lost relatives you haven't seen and you're organising all these events and stuff to take place. It could be any of those synopsis that could be being taken into action here. Often known for being very social and enjoying being around other people as well. You're often known as great hosts for parties and wonderful friends to have, stable and grounded. So this could also just indicate the sheer number of people or socializing you're doing. You could be hosting an event or attending a big event. You might even be attending big notary events, like public not concerts so much, but like speaking events or public forums, or important people like movie stars or politicians or something along those lines. It could be spreading itself out quite dynamically here. The Page of Pentacles is often on the far right there, is often about the opportunity of an offer coming, and sometimes this can be related to a new job opportunity, or around your finances or career, an increase in money. Perhaps the King of Swords and the King of Cups both combine together somehow to be involved in a proposition or an opportunity around finances, career, or dividends or payout or money, or how you invest your money, something along those lines. But the fact that we pulled the Two of Swords in the middle of all that, it does kind of give me reference to the eclipses as playing a role, but we see this ambivalence with her and a lack of certainty about which way to go. So there's possibly some choices you have to make in the month of August that rotate around people or personalities or groups of people or situations or emotions. So those are kind of the messages that have come to me at the moment for the court cards that have turned up. I do think it's a month where other people play a major role in your decisions and directions, and that you do spend time with other people as well. So you're not sort of at home on your own, not socializing, if you like. So if we come to these middle two cards, these ones are about our health perspective, and this one here is about emotions, and it says feelings, expression, moods, and balance. And that is the sacral chakra area of the body, which is kind of around about where this belt is on this person, just through this area in here. It's the creative seat of our life force. It's where we get a lot of our passion and inspiration and ideas from. If these are blocked, this area, or any of these chakra areas, they can create physical blockages in the body, which can relate to pain in those areas. And so for women in particular, this could be menstrual pain or pain in and around that part of the body. So there could be signs of cysts or ovary problems or fallopian tube problems, period problems, that, you know, a whole bunch of things there that could need freeing up and unclearing of the blockages there. We can also kind of, as I said before, dry up or shrivel up, if you like, with our ideas and our concepts and our free flow passion in life as well when we're blocked in this area. And that can restrict our emotions and create feelings that can be somewhat subdued, or on the, you know, more bleak side, worried about things or feeling a bit depressed. You can do meditation, you can take exercise, you can eat certain types of foods to alleviate these symptoms. You can also take vitamins and minerals, or have Reiki sessions, or massage is very, very useful as well. When we come to the presence card over here, it is really rather a beautiful card. That girl is looking at a bumblebee in flight, and it is called Awareness, Attention, Reality and Connection. Now that is from the crown chakra area on our head, which is right up on the top. And again, if we lack flow in these areas, we lack creativity. So there's quite a lot in here coming to me about a cut-off of your passion and desires and creativity, as if there's a bit of a block. So if there is, you need to get more flow in here. And again, do the same thing with this chakra area on your body. So massage, meditation, eating foods that contain that purple colour, listening to high vibrational frequency music, using meditation and positive thoughts and mantras. Also, you know, like if you get a block at the top of your head or the bottom of the body, none of the energy can free flow or move around, so it starts to build up. And at a physical level, we can experience things like headaches, migraines, eye aches, stiff neck, really sore pain in the back of the neck, the shoulders and the arms as well. And that's another way of freeing that energy up. So if you get migraines or headaches, look into using like cranial osteopathy to massage it and massage the back of your neck and your shoulders and things like that. That can really help those type of blockage symptoms to be freed and to be released, to enable more energy flow. So I think if we move back out a little bit, and move the camera out, just try to refocus, we come down here to relationships. But of course we've already been kind of dealing with relationships up there, and there are so many potential opportunities with those court cards that I think for each and every one of you, literally, it could be different perspective that you're dealing with. It does feel as though there may be some, possible personal, pleasurable relationship entwining going on, and maybe for some of you some romance or romantic possibilities, and even that King of Swords might be a potential romantic partner as well, and so could the King of Cups. But they definitely talk a little bit about finances or money or connection to it, or and legal things for some of you. Offers coming in, and that's what the pages do represent without doubt. And then this uncertainty with that Two of Swords, maybe not knowing which offer to take or which path to go down or whose advice to take, something along those lines. It feels as though you're going to get more than one offer come to you, or more than one proposition about different things in your life. But coming down here, we've got this Get Some Exercise card, and it says, as your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. And I think we saw that when we talked a little bit with the emotions, and it talks about balance. And I said, one of the ways of achieving that is through exercise, and especially in that lower part of the body, things like walking or sit-ups or stretching out the body, releasing pressure points of building up, and these help bring about balance and alleviate any feelings of worry or negativity or feeling blah and just yucky, got no energy. So exercise is often fundamentally overlooked, and I'm not talking about running a marathon or climbing Mount Everest. I'm just talking about a little bit of exercise every day. And even if you can't get outdoors and you're, say, stuck working in an office and it takes you 2 hours to get to and from work all day, you can actually do little exercises even at your office desk. It's relatively simple, and you can Google them, and people don't even have to know you're doing the exercises. So there are always ways to keep our body active and free-flowing and, moving blockages. This one's a great card. Your desire is within reach. Have faith, as everything is working in your favour. Well, I have to say, overall, your whole reading doesn't really hold anything negative. And I think that shows up when you get so many court cards at the very beginning. So even though it's a month where we have these eclipses, I'm not entirely convinced that it's a massive month for you Taurians. Perhaps your astrological sign was one of the signs that didn't have quite such a big range of impact within the eclipses. Remember, eclipses do pull on scenarios or thoughts or feelings or relationships that we have been hiding from or put away in a closet somewhere or didn't know how to deal with. So that's usually what pops up when these eclipses are around, and the ecliptical energy can last for 6 months while we're sorting stuff out and deciding what way to progress as we move forward. So it's just something to ponder about there, I guess. And with this last card, you've got Patience, Please, and it says, what you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unseen factors that need to occur first. So again, I like getting messages so direct as that, and I think those two go hand in hand. Your desire is within reach, but just have some patience. So that's a very general message that I think works really well for any of you guys. If you are wanting something to happen, whether it be progress at work with your employer and you're waiting to be offered a pay salary increase, or you're getting a promotion, for instance, or whether you are waiting to start your own business, or whether you are waiting for money or finances to come in that you've been expecting some sort of increase or increment or payout from someone, it feels as though it's all coming for you. And I kind of said that before I even got to that last card. I felt your reading is basically good. with very little, too much in-depth stuff underneath. It seems to just be saying, look, things are fairly fine, we'll just focus on a couple of issues. But overall, dreams that you have been working on, or strategies, or things that you've wanted, or places you've wanted to be, or relationships that you might have wanted to occur or heal or have work done on, or business concepts that you are working on or thinking of, or if you're inventing something or producing something like writing a book or attempting to get noticed somehow, it's coming through bit by bit. So don't give up, have some patience, definitely. Make sure you keep using positivity around it and keep that determination of the hard-working bull, just with the sheer magnitude and power that you have behind you. Just keep going. So there you are, Taurians. I would have to say, of all of the readings I've done so far, I think yours is the lightest, but I don't mean that in a rude way, but I think it has kind of like the least implication of heaps of stuff going on underneath. So it's good news, it's nice light news, it's positive for you. It could be referring to the future as well. So perhaps timing wise it's not all happening now, but it's looking into the future. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. I trust you've found something useful and interesting there. Do remember to look at your moon and rising signs. I love it when you leave comments and that you like and sub the videos as well. And if you sub the channel, that way you always can get the notifications of any new uploads coming too. So have a great August ahead. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing with all your socializing and all the people around you. I hope you have some great fun times too. Much love. Namaste.